casualty on Avarax, and we do not know why. Captain Akran has tasked me to aid in your retrieval of the men.
Atmospheric conditions are suboptimal to mission deployment and evacuation. This is as close as I can get you to the Longinus Gamma facility. Damn this monstrosity!
That is a Trigon, brothers.
Take heed, Viridian. Trigon target acquisition vectors are unknown. Best to keep moving and stay together. Projecting a sense of tactical dominance may deter it from attacking. For now.
Watch the sand for any disturbances.
It dares not assault us. Stand and strike as one.
Readying next volley. Active camouflage charged.
Synchronize movement and press forward. The aberrant creature approaches.
Checkpoint located. Rearming.
This location provides sufficient advantage against the Trigon. Tunnels towards our position. Run as one, brothers!
Inserting fresh magazine. Synaptic servant slaughter. I have you, brother. Camelio line cloak ready. Throwing front grenade. It sings of defiance and hope. Cash flagged. Stims located. Precisely what we needed. Brother! Stim cache located. Rearming! Reloading! Trigon incoming! We can hold this position.
Unless the Tyranid Barrow devours the target, its extermination is not mission critical. A lift station lies just ahead, Meridian. Considering the Trigon's presence is incidental to our objective, utilize the lift to reroute closer to Metrian's keep.
Confirmed, Magos. Approaching the lift now. Fester and rot. Seagulls abomination.
I have summoned the transport and requested Eagle's Galley. Remain patient. Transport team out.
Perplexing. I have transmitted no authorizations.
This is not an ideal run point. You must keep moving until the lift arrives.
Transport clearance status. Begins. Ceases. Begins.
Scrutinize every movement, brothers. Into the lift, now! I am not target practice. Ready to me, brothers!
Ignoel Metrian welcomes you to Longinus Gamma Bioresearch Facility. Please do not disturb the lift. It would be a waste. I have no music to play while you descend. Use the silence to contemplate your futile, brutal existence in service to a desiccated cause.
Never have I encountered a servo skull that speaks in such a manner.
Meridian, the servo skull is enslaved to an unknown master. I am...
Puritan signal silenced. Continue to discuss your fate amongst yourselves. It changes nothing.
A morose servo skull is not our problem.
A suggestion: abandon Gallio's misguided vendetta against the Magos biologists. Do you know what Gallio and Metrian achieved together in the past? Ask about Project Zeta 6 if you ever speak to him again.
That Trigon is a greater threat than a malfunctioning servo skull.
Select preferred method of execution: decapitation, desiccation, defenestration, dismemberment, disembowelment,
Changing magazine.
dissection. Would you like to hear more?
Has anyone seen a servo skull exhibit such behavior before? The Magos said to ignore the servo skull. Readying next volley. Tyranids have no mind for tactics. The stench of Xenos thickens the air. That is the biggest
We're not intimidated by its revolting carnage.
I was worried you had fallen victim to Metrian's mastery of malphonic disruptive frequencies, but now the uncomfortable sensation associated with relief calls my remaining skill. Be warned, Viridian. Metrian cannot hope to stand against you alone, so she will lie and stall in hope the Xenos swarm will devour you. Case in point, she has enslaved that servo skull as a crude mouthpiece. But give her word zero credibility for the mission's sake. And your own.
Heard and acknowledged.
Munitions here. Reloading. Could prove useful. Our orders are clear. Advance.
Your fire. Magos, we have a Trigon complication.
It seeks to drown us in sheer numbers. Status. The facility is well stocked in mining here. Requisition melter charges to eradicate the tunnels and halt the infestation.
Melter munition should be nearby.
This Magos carrier, I hereby order you to turn your weapons as we judge.
Behold the glory of thermal purification. A fine instrument of destruction in my hands. Hive substructure demolition achieved.
Carrier.
Dr. Bomb Prime.
Hive spawn tunnel collapsed.
Advance to the facility, but watch for the Trigon. Alien bioform eliminated. Gather on my mark. The battle lies ahead.
Inside the facility, you'll find Mitri cowering in her data enclave.
Gallia, old friend of mine. If you missed our binaric discourses, you could have sent communication. I observe you still pathetically cling to thews of soft tissue. Remember, meat lacks efficiency, whereas metallic alloys stay on corrosion and degradation for far longer.
How far you have fallen, Ignoel, that I must drag you back into the light.
Out, you damn Theramite-clad ticks.
Behold the truth of my faults. I am but a humble brain, patched into a mining facility, and nothing more. What reason exists to pull me from recording biomass coalescence data firsthand? I pose no threat to Gallia or the Imperium, even if I should fall.
Disconnect her synaptic tethers from the facility command terminals. Stand firm. I expect her to route Xenos to assault your locus.
First console, brothers. For the Emperor! The enemy receives their aid. Inserting fresh magazine.
Within the sphere of consolidation.
Rearming.
Control of the machine is ours.
Secure that console uplift.
All we need to rekindle the light is a power cell for the generator.
Where is that power cell?
I beseech you, Gallia, bear witness to the summation of our divine arithmetic from long ago. Remember Project Zeta 6?
As my theorems predicted, your life vector has converged with renegade factors, and Zeta 6 was a waste of computational resources and one perfectly good groks. Surrender now, and perhaps leniency can be granted. After the mind probes, of course.
You are a redundant functionary. Your Astartes shall die here, alone, in the dark.
Activated. Power cell located.
We must take the power cell to the generator.
Console claimed. Return to Metrian's containment unit. See, Metrian, the more you thrash, the deeper you set our hooks.
These tender claws of Astartes' flesh have accomplished nothing, Galio. My machinations are already achieving their designs. You are fools.
Science, Metrian. Viridian. Confirm possession of her quivering mass of computational grey matter.
The pulpous grey matter is in our grasp, Magos.
Pilot, Viridian is ready for evacuation.
Sending updated extraction coordinates to you now, Brilliant.
They shall not see. Active camouflage charged.
For the Emperor! Advance as one! For the Emperor! Through one last maelstrom we go.
If there is naught but weather left in our path, then so be it.
Grabbing this gear.
All specs ready to scan.
Readying next volley. Alien bioform eliminated. Eliminate Xenos mines. Tyranids have no vibrant tactics. Take all you can carry. Brothers, grenades over here.
Suspects deep scan ready. Fresh munitions!
We must progress together, brothers.
I cannot land with that burrowing abomination lurking about.
Deep scans have penetrated the atmospheric disturbances and Metrian's meddling code. Trigon vulnerability data pushed to your displays.
Confirmed. Viridian will eliminate the Trigon. Stims located.
Concentrate firepower on the brakes in his chitin plating.
I am a phantom of death. Brother! Jump-starting life support systems. Rearming. Inserting
Delta charges released to the top flag also available.
Meltify will cauterize and fuse their tunnels shut. Purify the area of the chittering wall.
Place the melters in the high tunnels. Changing magazine.
Place melter charges on the Xenos swarm spots. The Xenos blight the galaxy, and our hatred is the only cure.
Eradicate the Xenos crawlways with the melter charges.
Beware of Xenos assault.
Readying next volley. Do I resemble a foe? No!
Trigon kill confirmed. My congratulations, Meridian. Mission is a success, despite the odds.
I trust this Metrian is no longer a friend of yours, Magos.
Ignore Metrian and the historical data...